mechanics of materials. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about shear force and bending moment diagram. The first question in this is a rectangular beam of length 2 meters carries a point load as shown in the figure. So the figure has been given here. So the figure says that it is a type of cantilever beam. So we have already discussed what is a cantilever beam. A cantilever beam is nothing but a beam which is having one side fixed, another side free. So what is this fixed point is nothing but a fixed point will be having two type of reactions. One is vertical reaction, another is horizontal reaction. So since this point A is fixed, we will be having two type of reactions. One is vertical reaction, another is horizontal reaction. Horizontal reaction will come into picture only when there is horizontal load. But whereas we can see this here, we are having only vertical point loads. There is no horizontal load. So the reaction at this point will be disappearing. Even though it is disappearing, we will write it as it is. So when we are trying to solve this type of problems, first thing you have to consider is an assumption should be made, that is beam is under equilibrium. Beam is under equilibrium. So what is equilibrium condition is nothing but you have to take three equations. What are those three equations which you have studied in engineering mechanics is summation of horizontal force should be equal to 0, summation of vertical forces should be equal to 0, summation of moment should be equal to 0. Summation of moment should be equal to 0. But there is no horizontal forces, hence we will not consider this. Even if we consider this, RH will directly become 0. RH will become directly 0. Let us go to vertical reaction. So when I take vertical reaction, what does that mean is nothing but upward forces should be equal to downward forces. Upward should be equal to downward forces. What are upward forces acting here is, here we are acting only one upward force, that is RV. That is equal to, what are all the downward forces? Here we are having 3 point loads, that is 300 plus 500 plus 800. So total is equal to 1600 Newton. Reaction will be given by the cantilever beam at point A. Therefore, RE is equal to 1600 Newton. So before going into shear force and bending moment diagram, we have to write sign convention. So I will keep the sign convention separately in a table, so which will be repeatedly used by us. So when I will do sign convention, we have two methods. One, when we are solving the problem from left to right. Another is when we are solving the problem from right to left. Most of the problems will be solved from right to left. Right to left. Okay. So from right to left when you solve, so the downward force should be taken as positive. Downward force should be taken as positive. Similarly, when you are solving, the next assumption which you have to make is anti-clockwise movement. Anti-clockwise movement should be taken as positive. These two calculations, these two sign conventions should be remembered every time. Okay, when you are solving from right to left, the right, what we say, the downward force should be taken as positive. Obviously, the upward force will become negative. Anti-clockwise is positive, means clockwise will be negative. Clear? So these two assumptions we have to take. After this, we will do shear force calculation. We have to do shear force calculation. So when we are doing shear force calculation, we should take the assumptions that we should start from the right corner, that to beyond B, beyond the B. So that is the first point which we are having on the right extreme is B point. Right extreme is B point. So shear force before B. Shear force before B. Before B means just beyond B. So we don't have any type of force before B. That's why the shear force before B will become equal to 0. Similarly, shear force at B. At B is nothing but exactly at the point of B. We are having a point load 800. What is the direction? It is in downward direction. Obviously, the downward direction should be taken as positive. So I will take it as plus 800 Newton. Plus 800 Newton. Next is shear force at shear force first always you should go for before C. So before C means, if you see before C, obviously there is a load 800. Before C means obviously there is 800 load. That will again continue. That will again continue. Since again it is in downward direction, we have to take it as positive. Next, shear force at C. When I say at C, before C is obviously 800 plus 500. At C is 800 plus 500. So 800 plus 500. Total is 1300 Newton. 1300 Newton. Next is shear force before A. Before A means before D. Before point D. Before point D means all the forces which are towards right side of D point. We have again 800 plus 500. 800 plus 500. The total is again 1300 Newton. Next is shear force at D. Exactly at point D is you have to consider right side forces also. So how much is the right side forces? 1300 plus 300. So total is 1600 Newton. 1600 Newton. So let me take the usage of this small side because after that we can wind up this. So shear force before A. All points are solved almost. Before A. When I say before, we have to consider all the loads right side to A point. So we have what are the loads we are having? 800 plus 500 plus 300. That is equal to 1600 Newton. Shear force at A. We are having shear force at A, nothing but again this 1600 upwards is coming into picture at point A. That's why before A is 1600 minus 1600. So totally it is 0. Totally it is 0. Clear? So how to draw the diagram is, let us take this as a baseline. This as baseline. So with this baseline, how we have to solve it? We are solving from the right corner. Let us draw the shear force diagram. So at before point A, what is the load before point B is? So this is point B, this is point C, point D, A. Okay. So before point B is there is no load, hence it is 0. Exactly at point B, 800 load is acting. So what is that 800? 800 is acting downward means you have to go positive direction. You have to go positive direction. Why sir? Because here we have considered the sign convention downward force is equal to positive. So I am going till 800. So the value of this length will be equal to 800 newtons. Okay. Next we can see shear force before C. Before B is also 800. Before C is 30. Here 800, only 800. I have written something wrong here. You can see this is shear force 0, B, this is before C. Before C is again 800. So this before B 800 means this length will keep continuing. This length will keep continuing. At point C is 800 plus 500. 500 should be added. What is that 500? This 500 load should be added. Okay, I will add that. So I will reach a point whose length is equal to 500 Newton. So the total is nothing but here if you write coordinate as 1300 but the length is 500. Okay, so total you should take this point is 800 point, this point is 1300 point. Next, after that, before D means till here if you see the load remains same. Till here the load remains same. So I will draw a straight line. At the D point again this 300 load is acting. This is downward means it should be positive. Again 300 will go up. Again 300 will go up. So from here to here again it is a constant. Again it is a constant. Let us take this value 0.5 meters above. So this is constant. Okay. So see this. Again here you can see before A is but 1600 itself. So this is also 1600. How it is coming 1600 means this length is 300. 1300 plus 300 is obviously 1600. Now at point A, there is a force acting 0. So I will draw the point 0. I will just join these two lines. This is completely in positive side. This diagram is called as shear force diagram. Shear force diagram. Okay. So in this way we will solve. So with this we have completed shear force diagram. Next is we have to draw bending moment diagram. So bending moment diagram, for what we have to take is, already we have completed summation of horizontal force 0, summation of vertical force 0. The next equation, equilibrium equation, is moment about point, any point should be equal to 0. So the point about which you take moment is, since we are solving from right side to left side, I will always consider this, about this point I will try to take the moment. That is, moment about point A should be equal to 0. Moment about point A should be equal to 0. Again I will write the sign convention here. Sign convention, downward force is equal to positive. This is for force. Clockwise movement is, sorry, anti-clockwise movement should be equal to positive. Anti-clockwise movement should be equal to positive. Clear? So let us take the moment. So we know that moment is nothing but force into distance. Force into distance. Correct? So I know this. Moment is equal to force into distance. Now when I do bending moment calculation, how I will be carrying out? Let us see. Bending moment calculation. You have to write everything like this itself. So this is the proper sequence of writing the diagram. Before doing the diagram, you have to show all this calculation. The separate page should be used for bending moment, this whole diagram, and calculation purpose you should use a separate page. Okay. So bending moment calculation also we should solve from the right corner. So that is bending moment at point. First point is B. So the right corner point is B. So when I say bending moment about this point, we should have force and distance. We should have force and distance. I have written formula. Bending moment is equal to force into distance. Here we have force. But there is no distance, because the distance between point. So what distance you have to generally take? Nothing but the distance between the force and the point at which we are taking the moment. Now where we are taking the moment? We are taking the moment at point B. So this force and the distance between this point is no distance, because both are passing through on a same line. So they are passing like this. So there is no perpendicular distance. So the moment here will be considered as 0. Why means no perpendicular distance. Next, bending moment at point. So after B, the right corner is having C point. Bending moment at point C. When I see bending moment at point C, so before right side of all those, because I have written from right to left means you have to take only the forces right to the point. So right to the point we have only one force, that is 800 newtons. So force we have, so from point C to the load, from point C to load, what is the distance? We are having 0.8. So we will do it, we will multiply here 0.8. So what is the value we are going to get? The value of this is almost like 640 or 640 mm. Next thing we have to do is sign calculation. So what about this force? How this force will try to rotate the point C? Let us see. So this is the direction in which force is acting. It will try to rotate in clockwise direction. So since anti-clockwise positive means clockwise should be negative. So I will write here minus. That is minus 640 Newton meter. Since the distance is given in meter, I will write 640 Newton meter. Next thing is bending moment at point D. Bending moment at point D. When I say point D, you have to consider all the loads right to point D. So we are having two loads. One is 800. Next is 500. So first when I say 800 is trying to rotate the point D in clockwise direction. So when I say clockwise direction, I should take minus into from 800 to point D, from load 800 to point D means you have to take this total distance. You have to take this total distance. So what is the total distance? Nothing but 0.8 plus 0.7, and this is not visible. Let me write it here. 0.7. This is 0.8 meter. So the total distance is 0.8 plus 0.7 is 1.5. One load have completed. The next load is 500 is there. Next load is 500 is there. 500 is also trying to rotate the point point D in clockwise direction. Again the direction is minus. So what is the load we are having? 500. What is the distance between the 500 load and the D point? 500 load and D point. It is 0.7. So what is the value you will get is, you will get the value as minus 1550 Newton meter. Then next we have to solve is point A. We have solved point B, we have solved point C, we have solved point D. Next we are coming to point A. So that is bending moment at point A is equal to. So at right side to A we are having three loads. That is 800, next is 500, next is 300. So we will come from 800. So that is also trying to rotate the point A in clockwise direction. So downward always tries to rotate in clockwise direction. 800 into, now the distance should be taken from 800 load to point A. 800 load to point A means you have to consider the whole distance. So what is the whole distance? 1.5. 0.8 plus 0.7 is 1.5. 1.5 plus 0.5 is 2 meters. Minus, next is 500 into distance between point C and point A, 0.7 plus 0.5. The movement at which you have to take from there, from load to that point, you have to calculate the distance. You should be very much careful about the distance. So this is minus 500 into 1.2. 0.7 plus 0.5 is 1.2. Minus next load we are having 300. From 300 load to distance of point A is 0.2. When you do this calculation directly, 0.5. The distance is 0.5. So when you do the calculation, you will get the value as minus 2350 Newton meter. So I have solved the calculation part. Now we have to draw the diagram. So this diagram page should be kept separately and this line should be extended. Wherever the load is acting, we should extend that line. Let us take, this is your baseline. Baseline is nothing but zero line. Baseline is nothing but zero line. Okay. Now, so first point is, what is movement at point B? Point B. So from the calculation, you know, from calculation, bending moment at point B is 0. So I will highlight here 0. The next thing is bending moment at point C is minus 640. Minus means downside. So let us take this as 640. Next, simple the coordinate geometry, how you will take the point and you will draw the graph. Similar way you have to draw the points, put the points, basing on the points you have to join the points. Okay. So bending moment at point D, what is the value I got? Minus 1550. So let us take this is minus 1550. Next is at point A we got minus 2.30. So you will get the point as 2.30. There is short space, I will take it as this point is minus 640, this point is minus 1550, this point is minus 2350. Clear? Now join the points. Since there is no load, since there is no movement between them, we will join them by an inclined line. Where? Inclined line, that is minus 640. So again by an inclined line. Done. So this is negative side. So this you have to write minus, and this is bending moment diagram. Bending moment diagram. And units here should be Newton meter, Newton meter, Newton meter. So this length we have to show it as 2350 Newton meter. Similarly, here also this length should be shown as 1600 Newton meter. So with this, we have solved the complete problem. Okay. So in this way, you have to solve this case. So the next problem we are going to see is a candidate. The question is given like this. So in this question, they have not given us any kind of diagram. So most of the time, the diagrams will not be given in your examination. So based by understanding the question, you have to draw the diagram. So see what they have given. Here they have given the cantilever of length 2 meter carries UDL of 1.5 kilonewton per meter over a length of 1.5 meter. Length from free end. So first of all, let us draw the cantilever beam. So what is cantilever? One side it should be fixed, the other side it should be free. So I have drawn the cantilever. Next, let us see what is the data they have given. They have given UDL. What is UDL? Uniformly distributed load. So it is acting for a length of, they have given over means for a length of 1.5 from free end. Free end, this is your free end. So from free end, we will draw for a length of 1.5. Because since the length of the rod is 2 meters, let us extend this to somewhat extent. Clear? So this is UDL. So obviously they have given the weight of this as 1.5 kilonewton per meter. Thus this length they have given it as 1.5. And another thing they have given is the total length of the rod is 2 meters. So obviously this length is nothing but 0.5. Okay, I hope this is clear for you. So let us, whenever the problem is given, what is the way you have to solve? So the first thing you have to do is, the beam is under equilibrium. When you are solving shear force bending moment diagram, first thing you have to take is beam is under equilibrium. So when it is in equilibrium, what we know, summation of horizontal forces should be equal to 0, summation of vertical forces should be equal to 0, summation of moment is equal to 0. We know that at fixed point we will be having a reaction. Why this reaction I am giving upward direction is nothing but the load is acting in downward. When load acts in downward, the reaction will be opposite to it. We already discussed in last problem, wherever the fixed load is there, we will be having two type of reaction. One is horizontal, another is vertical. So vertical reaction I have drawn like this, horizontal reaction. So I will give the names to this, A, B, C. So we have taken A, B, C points. So at point A, so we will write it as reaction vertical at point A, reaction horizontal at point A. Okay, clear? So vertical, when you take summation of horizontal forces is equal to 0. No horizontal force is acting in this problem. So reaction horizontal should be equal to 0. Clear? First equation is the first problem is the. Next is reaction at vertical direction should be equal to 0 about point A. That is, what does that means is nothing but upward forces. This upward forces should be equal to downward forces. Okay, and you should remember that one side you should do calculation. Wherever you draw the diagram, that whole page will be left only for shear force and bending moment diagram. One side you have to do calculation, one side you have to leave it for the diagram. Okay, so upward forces is equal to downward forces. What is upward force acting here is RA. So what is another downward force acting here is nothing but UDL. We know that UDL unit is given in Newton per meter. You have already known that the load when UDL is given, load should be equal to UDL into length. So what length we have to take? Length of the UDL. So downward force will become here IA is equal to 1.5 into what is the length of this UDL? Length of UDL is again here 1.5. So what will be the value of this is What will be the value of this is 2.25 because 15 5s are 225. 15 5 15 15s are 225. That is 22.5. Sorry, it is 2.25 because 2 points is there. Newton meter. Load you have got. Load you have got. Once you get the load, you have to do sign convention. Sign convention. So what is sign convention? We are solving the problem from right to left. So downward pole should be taken as positive. Downward pole should be taken as positive. Next is anti-clockwise movement. Anti-clockwise movement should be taken as positive. So all others is opposite to this will be opposite. Upward force is negative, clockwise movement is negative. Done. Till here we got the value of Ra that I will write here 2.25 kilo Newton. So when I before drawing the shear force diagram, I will try to extend the lines. That is nothing but the ends of the loads. Ends of the loads. Now I will do shear force calculation here. I will do shear force calculation here. Shear force calculation. Shear force calculation. What is the way we have to start? So before point and at point you have to take shear force at before point C. Before point C means there are no loads before point C. There are no loads before point C. So we will take it as 0. No load means force is 0. Next is shear force at C will also be 0 because we don't know, even though this UDL is acting, to what length it is acting. It is from point C to that point, this distance is 0. So again shear force at point C will also be 0 because UDL is not having any length at point C. Next point we are having shear force before point. What point we are having? B point. Shear force before point B is before point B is whole UDL is present. Whole UDL is present. So whole UDL means you have to take 1.5 into length of the UDL because UDL, whenever UDL is given, you have to remember load is equal to UDL into length of UDL. UDL into length of UDL. So to the right of B point, we have a UDL of 1.5 and length of UDL before point B is 1.5. For example, if you consider at point, this point I am considering D. So before point D is nothing but 1.5 into whatever the length between D and C, you have to consider only that length. You have to consider only that length. But here we are having B point, so I am taking 1.5 into 1.5, which is almost 2.25 kilo Newton meter. Next, shear force at point B is equal to, at point B there is no other point load. At point B also, whatever the forces on the right side of point B you have to take. At the right side of point B also we are having same UDL load. So this load will remain same. This load will remain same. Okay. Next is shear force before A point. Before A point. Before A point also, on the right side of A point we have only UDL load. We have only UDL. No other load is there. Obviously this point, this value will repeat again. This value will repeat again. Next is shear force at A. At A we have reaction RA in upward direction. So we have to take 2.25 because of UDL minus 2.25 because of vertical reaction. So 2.25 minus 2.25 will be equal to 0. So at point A, what is shear force is 0. The simple thing you have to understand is that the always shear force diagram will start from 0 and end with 0. Starts with 0, end with 0. But whereas bending moment is not like that. Shear force will always start with 0, ends with 0. Let us take a diagram here. So this is baseline. Baseline means 0 line. Baseline means 0 line. So I will take only at point A. What is the load? 0. Okay. I will highlight this point. Next, at point B, what is the value? 2.25. 2.25. In previous problem, we have seen that the load between remains same, but whereas here it is an UDL, every length for particular length it is keep on changing, it keep on changes. So this line will be joined by using a inclined line which varies linearly. So this is an inclined line which varies linearly. Okay. After this, you see there is no load between these 2 points. There is no load between these 2 points. So this load will remain constant. This force will remain constant. So after coming to this point, you can see this a vertical force is acting upward direction. So this is in positive. This will try to bring it down, and this will join here, and this is 0. Okay. Now this is your positive shear force diagram. So what is the length of this will be equal to 2.25 kilonewton. Okay. Sorry, here I have drawn Newton meters. Try to, because this is force, obviously the units will be always Newton meter, Newton, kilonewton. Okay, kilonewton, kilonewton, kilonewton. So the problem for here is completely done for shear force. We are solving for bending moment. Next thing is bending moment calculation. Bending moment calculation. Okay. So when I say bending moment calculation, you have to write it from obviously from right side to left side. Right to left I am solving. So extreme point to right is point C. So you write bending moment at point C. So at point C we have a UDL, but the length of UDL is 0 here, and the length and the distance between point C to load is 0. It is acting here like this. On this point itself, no perpendicular distance is there. No perpendicular distance is there. So 0. You can write here no distance, perpendicular distance. Okay. No perpendicular distance. Next is bending moment at point B is equal to first thing you have to find is, we know that bending moment is equal to Bm is equal to force into distance. When UDL is given, force is equal to force for UDL. Force is equal to UDL value into length. So what is UDL here? How much length before point B is there? The UDL of 1.5 kilonewton is acting for a length of 1.5. So I have completed these two together is your load. Next is I want force is complete, load is completed. Next we go on perpendicular distance. How will you take the perpendicular distance? So where it is acting, do you know that? Whether it is acting at this point, this point, this point. Previously when you had a point load, you know that the point load is acting at the point. But this is a UDL. You don't know where it is actually acting or where it is actually concentrating. So whenever UDL is given, it will obviously act at CG of the length. CG is nothing but half of the length. So what is the length for which it is there? That half of it will be acting. So its CG will be present exactly half of its length. So from that half of that CG length to this distance, from that point to, if this is your CG, so from CG to this length, obviously it is half section. We write that 1.2 by 2. So you can write in bracket like this, CG point. So that is 1.5 into 1.5 divided by 2. What will be the value you will be getting? This value is 2.25 into 0.75. What is the value you are getting? 1.6. You will get the values. Another thing you have to remember is sign convention. Sorry, I have missed the sign convention. Obviously, the load is acting downward. So it is a clockwise minus. Done. So this is minus. So it is minus 1.63 or 65, that is what is kilonewton meter. Since this is momentum, we should be load into meters, load into distance. Next is bending moment at point A. Bending moment at point A. So when I say bending moment at point A, you have to consider the loads right side to point A. Right side to point A we have again only UDL, that is load is equal to 1.5 into 1.5. Clear here? Next is you have to identify the distance from the CG of the UDL to point A. From CG to point A. Distance here is, I will write here. Distance per point C is equal to CG to point A. CG to point A. CG will be acting at the half of this. Half of this is nothing but this length will be equal to 0.75. Half is 0.75. Total length from point A to point E, or that is nothing but CG point is 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.7. Total distance you have to take. Every time you have to take total distance. What is the value you are getting? Again here also sign convention is minus. Again this is also trying to rotate in clockwise. Clockwise is minus. What you are getting? Minus 2.81 kilonewton meter. So you have got the values. So once you get the values, you have to see. So values are, all values are of you are in negative itself. This is point B. Okay. Remember the highlight the points so that you can understand easily. So here it is 0. So all values are in negative itself. So no need of taking right side, that is top side. So we will draw the baseline to some upper height. So this is your baseline for bending moment. Baseline for bending moment. So bending moment at point C is 0. I will draw the point 0. Next, bending moment at point B. Bending moment at point B you are getting it as minus 1.61. Next, bending moment at point A you are getting it as minus 0.281. You got the values. Now how to join this? How to join this? Since here the values of forces are varying linearly, obviously this will be varying in, because force into distance. So this will be following a parabolic curve. This will be following a parabolic curve. Okay. But here the line is linear, means this will be inclined. No load is acting between these two. This is inclined. You can write here inclined. This is parabola. Simple thing you can remember is parabolic curve. So how you have to remember is, wherever UDL is there,